Even you want me good like you. I said, honey, have you heard about the Global Net TV?
Oh, yes, sweetheart. I read about them. At GlobalNet ITV, they provide superior television services with endless selections of TV channels and many options to include live TV.
That's a great news.
Yes, they provide news, entertainment, premier sports like NBA, American football, major soccer leagues, movies, and favorite TV shows with endless content and no service interruptions.
Sweetheart, is that all?
No, they also have adult content included with parental guidance. Also, check out their 6-month plan for only $96 and their 12-month plan for only $176. Wow, honey, isn't that a great news?
Yes, but sweetheart, how can we get in touch?
Yes, you can contact us at 226-946-1090 or visit our website at www.globalnetitv.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first annual Liberian Choice Awards. It's the ultimate celebrating event awards that features competitive, popular Liberian artists this year with special performances by May Myers, D-Money, GG Famous, V-Love, Free Bensar, and Punch Line. Your special guest appearance, Honorable Henry Pedro Costa, official MCs and hosts, Your Star Power, Sissy Maintain, and DJ Finest. The red carpet host, African Bobby. All sounds will be provided by DJ Stella B, DJ Rufus, and DJ Gam. Our special global guest, MD Luther Rahman Hemu of Bangladesh. Well, don't miss it. Join the Liberian Choice Award this year, Saturday, September 4, Labor Day weekend. Venue, the Franklin Junior Auditorium, 4801 Franklin Avenue, this 1 hour. Red carpet starts 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Award ceremony is 4:10 p.m. to 8:10 p.m. Your ballroom celebration, Baymount Hotel, 8:30 p.m. to 1:15 a.m. 6221 Willow Creek Avenue, this 1 hour. Grab your tickets. $75 United States dollars. VIP at the door is $100 United States dollars. Regular $35 United States dollars. At the door is $50 United States dollars. So come, let's celebrate this year our first annual Liberian Choice Awards.
To include your favorite cuisine, cassava leaves, potato greens, palava sauce, palm butter, etc. Customers purchasing goods worth over $100 United States dollars will have free delivery once they are 15 minutes drive away from our location. Locate us at 10 Chestnut Drive, Elton, Maryland, 21921. Better still, call us on cell numbers 302-316-6813 or log onto our website www.majormillionsbeautysupply.com. Major Millions Beauty Supply. We move.
After party, party after party.
There's one place, and that place is the place you can find all your party supply. It's Models D Party Supply on Camp Johnson Road. It's Models D Party Supply. Has all and every kinds of party supplies you need, ranging from party dishes, plastic tablecloths, Disney party banners for kids, flowers for weddings and parties, balloons, different colors and sizes, party dishes, different colors and sizes, gift wrap papers. We also do the following: rental services, chairs, tables, chair covers, table runners, and chair sarge. You can find them all. Models D Party Supply. Our quality products bring you in, and our low prices bring you back. That's why we are Models D Party Supplies. Contact us on Camp Johnson Road, Monrovia, Liberia, next to Yes Transport, or call us on 0777-671-814. 0886 777 665.
Noppuskitch, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia is your dining away from home. At Noppuskitch, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpuktchen.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Noppuskitch keeps your fingers licking.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure, and start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Folks, good morning. Welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. I'm Henry Costa, your humble servant. Today, it's the last day in the month of August. It is August the 31st, 2021. The time in Monrovia is 7:32. The time in Wilmington, Bed, Delaware, on the eastern seaboard of the United States, it's 3:32. Good morning, Walker.
Yeah, good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners, home and abroad. It's good to be here with you on the last day of our birth month. Yeah.
Yeah, August is finished. So tomorrow is September the 1st. Mr. Weir has, what, 25 more months ago?
Yeah. Well, you're checking the months that I've on.
I mean, I can't wait for the guy to be going by.
No God, problem.
You got bad tenant in your house, bad renter. Renter will get paid rent, and you get wait for the mentality anybody. Because you tired talking now.
Yeah, but the renter can renew and come with different, approaches and
the other renter here, you not thought the renter get your attitude. So you just want him go now. So by the time it's time finish, you put in outside. So
and Costa, sometimes house owners, they sometimes become stranded and go to that same tenant and say, "Oh, my man, give me smoothie. Let me, keep
my
it
man,
going."
I'd rather go take money from a prospective tenant. The person who replace the renter and say, "My man, they man gonna leave my house. So you give me smoothie. By the time you go, you can't. But I can't take nothing from the other renter. The renter gotta go." But hey, folks, welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. We're glad to be here. If you're on one of our multiple platforms, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and we're very glad to have you. Today we'll be discussing a number of issues, and we will have a guest, or at least two guests. There are a couple, so they're going to be on this morning. Liberian chef, Mrs. Joyce Matowia, and her dear husband, Mr. Gus Weir. They will join us this morning for about 15-20 minutes of our time just to talk about their business. She's a professional chef. So she's a graduate of Johnson and Wales University. She's a certified licensed chef, and she runs Noppuskitch. That's www.Noppuskitchen.com. So it's just LORPU kitchen, KITCHEN.com. And you can place the order for a number of African dishes, cuisine, right across the U.S. Man, I don't know what is a season. These nuts, they're all over the place. I don't know. The other day I bruised one of my fingers trying to kill one of them. I brought the insect spray. I sprayed the entire place down here, but they're still here. I don't know what it is with them, So, but I'm not gonna mess up my finger again this morning trying to kill them. Yeah. So what's up on the ground, Walker? What's up? What's going on?
Well, it's all about the LACC and Kanio Bala, Bill Twawe, and the corruption news. But before we look at that, something been in the news lately about the relocation of Red Light Market to the Ominga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is becoming a serious situation in Red Light because the marketeers are saying the relocation process is ongoing, and where they have relocated them, there's no people going there to buy from them. The business is slow there.
I expected that.
Yeah, now some of them are coming back in Red Light to sell, and coming back in Red Light, there have been a mandate passed on by the city mayor that there should be no selling in Red Light. So the MCC and the PCC police officers go about confiscating the marketeers' market, destroying them. So it's just been a hustle and tussle from here and there in between there since the relocation process took place.
Yeah, but I expected that. That was my concern when they were relocating those marketers. My concern was that would people still be able to go to the market to buy and I was really thinking about that as to whether the people, because that place is far, okay?
Very far.
Ominga is far, and that means people would have to pay transportation fare in order to get there. So if you live somewhere, let's say you live around Benson Hospital area there, Zizé community around that area, and you used to go to the Red Light Market where you used to just walk to buy your food, because Liberian people buy food every day. They buy potato greens every day, casali every day. We in America, we go to the market a few times, and we go once a week or maybe twice a week, and we don't. Some of us go maybe 2-3 times a whole month. But we in Liberia have to go every day, and so I knew it was going to be a problem. So now people are going to have to pay their way.
Yeah,
you got to pay your way from wherever you are to go all the way to Ominga, and transportation fares are high.
Yeah.
So now, if you used to take most people a couple $100 Liberian dollars to the market to buy food every day. Now you're going to have to add your transportation fare to and fro. So probably what's happening is that the reason the people aren't going that far, perhaps they're looking for somewhere closer to buy stuff.
Yeah.
They're buying their food stuff somewhere nearby. And so the people in Red Light, the people who've been relocated to Ominga, they're not seeing business. They're not seeing customers trickling in. I did think about that. I thought about that. I said, this thing here, it could be trouble. So now the marketers are coming back.
Costa, not only those that are buying food for everyday consumption, those that are doing business, you will come from Central Monrovia, like Cinco, and you're doing business. You come from the Jogwetown market, the Radetown market. You go back to buy business and then come do your selling. If you get to Red Light, you have to get on another car to go Ominga. That's extra fare. and the extra fare that you put in, you spending, you have to include it on the market that you are buying. So it becomes another thing for those that will be coming to your to your business and buying in Jobertown market, in a other places around time. So it's a serious issue, Costa. Every day you go in red light, you see people head or scatter running from one place to another.
Because the PCC and the other people are chasing them.
Sure.
The NPC folks. They have to manage it well, Buckeye. If they don't, it could become really problematic.
Yeah.
It could become really problematic because the marketers, if they don't get customers, if they're not making money there, they're gonna defy the authorities as they're doing now.
Yeah.
And gonna come back to the red light market. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a real problem. You know, one of the things I always thought about red light Buckeye is very simple. Even Douala. The marketers come on the road. Here's what you could do. Couple of things. The areas where they do their business, where they do their trade, their trading, you pave that area. You pave the entire area. You pave the entire area. Then you build a fence. You build a fence, maybe on both sides. You fence the marketers in, that they can't come on the road. So, for example, they will not block the road. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say, Boga?
Yeah.
You fence, folks, just try to visualize this. Red light on both sides. You fence that in. You put one fence on the right side, you put one fence on the left side. So the marketers would be
in the fence.
In the fence. So they can't come on the road. No. So people would drive through that place there without having to deal with marketers on the road selling their wares. That's what you do. You fence them in, and then you pave the area inside there, build better tables there or whatever, do extensions, whatever it is you do, but just fence them in. So you could drive through red light uninterrupted by marketers. You don't even see anybody selling anything because they're behind the fence. That's what I've always thought. You go to Douala Market too. One of the reasons why there's so much traffic in red light is because of the marketers. They're on the road. So what do, Bugger? You build long fences. One on the right side, one on the left side. So the marketers are behind the fence, selling their market. You could only hear the noise coming from behind the fence. But that's it. So they will be inside. However cramped they are, they ain't got no space. They will be inside. So they will not block any traffic. So cars could move. So when you go to the market, you just enter the fence and go inside to buy. Okay. Isn't that a good idea?
Very good.
That's a good idea. If somebody said will come on the road, then you have the right to seize their goose.
Fine.
When they trespass the fence, you can seize their goose. So you can have enforcers patrolling the fence by the road. Nobody's allowed to come inside on the road because they are behind the fence. They are behind the fence. You can seize their goods. But if people get used to going inside the fence on both sides, left and right, to buy their wares, nobody's going to come outside. Why would anybody risk having their goods seized if they come on the road? But to move them all the way to Ominga, where people aren't ready to go and buy, it's a problem. It is a problem. Now, let's go to LACC. So yesterday, Kanio Baibala. And folks, I have all the documents. I was waiting for one critical piece of document. I now have it. I have several documents. This company made $500,836 in 1 year. It was established in July 2020 and up to July 2021. They made $500,836 US. Creative Developers Incorporated. That's what the company is called. What were they supposedly doing? They bought one machine to load and unload stuff at the Buchanan port. The machine was very ineffective. For most of the time, the machine did not work. But they were still billing the folks. They put users. Now, I will present all these documents. Now, I like to do them exclusively in a podcast. Yesterday, I didn't do the podcast because I was busy, and also I was waiting for the additional piece of critical information. Yesterday, the National Port Authority had a press conference. Did you monitor the press conference?
Yeah, I follow.
They said what? Primarily, that Bill Trawe has no shares in the what? The company.
Yeah.
That's what they said. That Bill Trawe has no shares in the company. CDR, as they're called. That's what they said. Now, they were very definitive. There is no way Bill Trawe has any shares in the company. That's what they said. They also said the deputy controller of the National Port Authority, who is called Christian D. Brunel, he's Bill Trawe's boy. They also said he's got no shares in the company at all. But guess what? These boys are stupid. What they didn't know is that Henry Costa was digging and was trying to get more facts, more evidence. Now, I have the evidence. The other people don't have it. I have it. I received it late yesterday evening. The evidence is the articles of incorporation of the company. When they registered the company, I have all of their documents. The official flag receipt for the payment they made for the registration, the articles of incorporation and the business registration. I have all of the documents. The list of their shareholders, the breakdown of the shares in percentages, and everything. These boys are stupid. Now, Kanio Baibala, folks, I publish all these documents. The evidence is very solid. You can't argue against it. Kanio Baibala used his sister's name. You see why he's so close to Bill Trawe? How does he call Bill Trawe? Why? How does Kanio call Bill Trawe?
His father.
His father. Kanio Baibala is the one that researched and found the lawyer that Bill Trawe used to sue me in America. Folks, I don't know what I've told you folks this, but I'm telling you this morning, Kanio Baibala is the one that Bill Trawe used to find a lawyer to sue me, to file a frivolous lawsuit against me. By the way, I told you the other day, we have the first conference will be held on the 23rd of September. 23rd of next month, in the case Henry Costa versus Bill Trawe. Now, Kanio Baibala is a criminal. The boy cannot help himself. The boy cannot help himself. But they're so stupid. They created a company and they use their own names. Poor guy. They use their own names. Bill Trawe has 50% in the company. They made $500,836 in the period of 1 year. I have every single invoice that they submitted for payment. Every single invoice for payment for services they did not perform. I have the invoices in my possession. I have the articles of incorporation with all of their names. Bill Trawe used his elder brother's name, Peter Trawe, born October 23rd, 1963. His elder brother, who used to teach at the Grand Bassa County Community College. He used his elder brother's name, Peter Trawe, 50% in the company.
Mm.
Christian D. Brunel, the deputy controller of the NPA, his name is there. 20% of the company. Kanyo Babala used his sister's name, Zalik Bara. 10% of the company. I have messages, screenshots of messages between Kanyo Babala and the folks at the NPA at the beginner port requesting, asking when payments would be made.
Cause let me hold you there. According to Kanyo Bagbala, when Front Page Africa reached out to him, asking him about this particular company, Lamne Dudu asking, inquire from him whether he has share in the company. That was the only question Front Page Africa asking. Right after that, you send him a message, a WhatsApp message saying
he posted that himself.
Yeah, I got you solid now. That was what he said. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I did. I wrote him. I said, Kanyo, because I had the evidence. I had the messages. I said, Kanyo, I got you solid now. What I meant in my message, to which he mentioned in his post he made yesterday, I meant that I got him solid. I had evidence. When somebody said, I got you solid, bro, I got Labrador is here, and I catch you out, bag or red-handed.
Yeah.
Kanyo thought I was joking. He started making beambar. He and I were chatting back and forth. Yeah, oh, my man, you envious of me, you jealous of me. I know what you were telling me. I have the document, the evidence. They created a phony company. They awarded the company a contract, no bidding process, nothing. They use their names to register the company. You see how the guys are stupid? The guys are stupid, boy guy. Bill Twawe put his elder brother's name, Peter Twawe. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. These boys made $500,000 in 1 year. $836. What guy? What people are dying in the country. People are suffering in the country. The boys are getting rich. But I will do a special podcast when I release these things. I tell one, give you an insight. So yesterday, the MPA had a press conference. Oh, no. The MD, Bill Twawe, has no shares in the company. The deputy controller, Brunel, has no shares in the company. They already went on record to say that. You know? They went on record to say that. But what they didn't know is that Pedro was working to get the articles of incorporation. The articles of incorporation. And these Salama swines, these damn buggers went and used their names to register the company. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The guys are stupid. The guys are stupid. We will deal with that. Now, I want to move on to something here. CPP. CPP. CPP will hold.
Yep.
Don't worry. All the racking you see, at the end of the day, it will hold. I want to say this to you. I have seen a great deal of disillusionment on the Cummings side of the fence. Many of them feeling bad. I've talked to some of them personally. Some of them have come to the realization that it is not an easy fight for their guy to become head of the ticket. Many of them were very exuberant in their delusional expectation. There's something called delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur. I don't know what they were smoking. It was making them feel like they're walking on the clouds. But gradually, some of them are beginning to realize that it is not an easy feat, that the odds are stacked up as high as the sky against them. And I've actually spoken with some of them. I've chatted with some of them. And I'm not going to sit here and bully them because I already feel demoralized. And you know, folks, let me tell you something. And you all know, John Lobo, you're listening, you're watching. You know what I'm talking about. Many of our friends on the Cummings side, they're feeling bad. But you know what they call cold chicken? You know when the chicken say, they can be like that. You know, doing that chicken, the chicken sickness, you know the chicken sickness?
Yeah.
The chicken alone, the chicken and dumpling doing that season. So I've seen many of them feeling very bad. But how did they begin? I want them to just remember. A week before Costa launched a couple of missiles, you all were feeling very good. You all were feeling like you're on top of the world. You were attacking viciously, ferociously attacking, digging into, you know, and then you're on top of the world. Pedro launched an attack. And what happened? Rally, mobilize the base. We came back. And now you're all feeling bad. I've seen this. I just want to encourage them. Don't lose faith. You know, don't lose faith. ANC. This is politics. It is not child's play. We're not in a church. We're on the political battlefield. I told you, I am the worst nightmare. If you want to make me your nightmare. We can make you miserable. We can make you lose interest or lose faith in your own. The thing you believe in, we can make you lose faith inside. Say, you look at long and say, they see Pedro talking here. You know, we can make you. We can make you question your conviction. We can make you doubt what you believe in. We can do that. That the one we know how to do.
But did I say to get their own people that, you know, come on with some ideas?
Sadly, there are people that Tomingo and water gun they got. How far Tomingo can go when you spray? So
well, you get bazooka, eh?
You get bazooka, houses and all. So CPP will hold. Don't worry. CPP will hold. At the end of the day, we will all work together. We'll all work together.
And talking about the CPP holding yesterday, Mr. Cummings was in a live interview with a local radio station. He re-echoed that there is no problem within the CPP. They have no problem.
Is that a VOA interview you did?
Yeah, either the VOA or because it was played by one. Yeah,
he did a VOA interview. I heard.
Yeah, he said there is no problem. There is no problem within the CPP. You know.
Mr. Cummings said what's happening is that the individual supporters within the CPP, they're fighting. They're pushing their respective candidates. And it's a normal thing, yes, it happens. Yeah, that's what he said. But he said at the end of the day, he wants to be the head. But if he fails in his bid to become the head, he will not leave the CPP. He will stay. He will support Boakai. Basically the same thing he's been saying. He was consistent. He said that in his VOA interview with James Porte. So we'll see what happens, but that's what Mr. Cummings said. And so we'll see what happens. Now, I want to say something while I speak about the CPP thing. You know, many of them have this belief that I take instructions from Bernard Ayuri. You could not tell them otherwise. They believe this, that nothing Costa says on his show is something he believes himself. Benana is the one using Costa, Mr. Yuri, to do this or say that. I find it extremely disrespectful and offensive. Mr. Yuri may be my political leader. We have a relationship, but Mr. Yuri does not run the Costa Show. Mr. Yuri does not tell me what to say. Mr. Yuri has absolutely nothing to do with what I do. And I'm not saying this to you to try to create a cover for Mr. Yuri. I am a full-grown man. I built this platform. Nobody did. Even though some of you hate to hear me say I, but you said that's been arrogant. But it's okay when Cummings says, I worked at Coca-Cola and I made so much money. It's okay. But yes, I built this platform. I built it with sweat, with sacrifices that I made. I went to jail. I lost businesses. To be here, it didn't happen overnight. I do not have a boss man. I have no boss. I do not work for Mr. Yuri. I do not work for Mr. Boakai. I do not work for any one of them. Mr. Yuri does not tell me what to say on my show. He does not. He has absolutely nothing to do with what I say on my show. I do not hold any position in the ALP, and I do not want any position in the ALP. I'm a member, a proud member, and I'm a flow member. And that is enough for me. So those of you who believe that what I say here is because Benana Yuri is using me to fight. I saw a post by the Secretary General of the ANC.
Mm-hmm.
You were making the same insinuation that Benana is using his proxy, the microphone mercenary. That's how he referred to me. Benana Yuri using a microphone mercenary, Henry Costa, to fight, to wage a war. I don't fight anybody's battle. I fight the battle that I believe in. So I just want to say this to you. You can waste your time believing that I fight for Benana Yuri. That is not true. Someone then said the reason I'm fighting for Benana is because I want Benana to be vice president to Joe Boakai. That's what some of them believe. Nonsense. Ridiculous. Absolute nonsense. Yeah. So Benana Yuri has his own relationship with Joe Boakai. They have their own relationship. The relationship I have with Joe Boakai is my own relationship. That's what you all need to understand. When Joe Boakai engaged me in the second round to support him in 2017, he did not call Benana Yuri to talk to me. In 2017, when Joe Boakai reached out to me for my support, and I sat down with the old man, he did not say, let me go talk to Benana to talk to you. Joe Boakai engaged me as Henry Costa. Joe Boakai also engaged Benana Yuri as the political leader of the ALP. He did not engage me as a package deal. Oh yeah, they begin working for Yuri. So once I talk to Yuri, then I have spoken with Costa. No. The relationship I developed with Joe Boakai over the years, Benana Yuri has played no role in it. Benana Yuri has a great relationship with Joe Boakai. I have a great relationship with Joe Boakai, independent of each other. I just want to make that point clear to you. When I pick up the phone and talk to Joe Boakai, Benana Yuri is not there when we are talking. When Benana Yuri picks up the phone or goes to visit Joe Boakai, I am not involved. We are separate and we are distinct. That is what it is. I just wanted to make that crystal clear to you.
Yeah, I have a few questions.
Go ahead, Boakai.
Yeah. According to you, Mr. Boaka reached out to you in supporting him. I
In
want to
2017, Mr. Boga and Mr. Weah, of course, you are aware.
Yeah, I want to know, have there been a time that Mr. Cummings or the ANC reach out wanting you to join their political party or wanting you to support them in any way?
That is a brilliant question, Boga. Ask that question again. No, I want you to ask that question again because, ask it again. Maybe somebody didn't hear it.
I want to know if there have been any point in time that the ANC or Mr. Cummings himself take up phone or reach out to you that, oh, Mr. Costa, I want you to support me or want you to support the ANC. Have there been any point in time?
Beautiful. Boga just asked the question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. Has there ever been a time that Mr. Ellis Cummings, the political leader of the ANC, reached out to you to ask you for your support?
Yeah.
Let me answer the question. Fellow Liberians, there has never, ever been a time that Mr. Alexander Cummings has asked me, Henry Pedro Costa, to support him for president. Never, ever has he reached out to me to ask me for my support.
Okay, because just so long.
I'm coming. Let me finish this one. You ask the next question. However, when Mr. Cummings became the chair of the CPP,
yeah,
you remember we rallied around him, right?
Yeah, we interviewed him.
His very first interview as chair was on the Costa Show.
Yeah.
We rallied around Mr. Cummings. We supported Mr. Cummings as chairman. Straight up to the Senate elections.
Yeah.
Mr. Cummings and I used to talk every few weeks. I mean, every couple of days. We'll either chat or we'll talk. At least 2 times a week.
Okay.
In July of 2020, Mr. Cummings said he was coming to the United States and he wanted me to fly down to Georgia to have a meeting with him. Are you listening, folks? Full disclosure. So I agreed that I was going to go down to Georgia in the USA to sit down with Mr. Ellis Cummings to have a meeting with him. He said, Costa, I want us to have a serious meeting, face to face. I want to know what you want in this whole political process. What are your interests? What is it you want? Because you play a very powerful role. I want to know where, So I said, fine. I agreed to meet Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings told me he was coming to the States in July. He did come to the States. I believe it was in July or it was in August of last year, 2020. Mr. Cummings came to the States. I didn't hear from him. Then Ben Sandy and I were talking. He said, Mr. Cummings says, yeah, it's okay. So I sent him a message. I said, I heard you are in the States. He said, yeah, Henry, I was going to reach out to you, let you know I'm here, but I will get back to you. Mr. Cummings did not get back to me. Look, we had a whole thing planned. I was going to go down to Georgia, sit down with Ellis Cummings to hear what he has to say. He said he wanted to ask me what my interests were, political interests. Mr. Cummings did not reach out to me. Mr. Cummings did not tell me why the meeting was not going to happen. The next I saw of Ellis Cummings was the day the CPP was endorsing Prince Moi for senator in Bond County. Yeah. The man came to America, was supposed to meet. The meeting didn't happen. He didn't say anything. He goes back to Liberia. I don't hear from him. The next I saw of him was at the stadium in Banga, Bond County. I felt slighted. I felt disrespected. Oh, wow, okay. Ellis Cummings doesn't want to meet with me. Fine. So I didn't meet with Mr. Cummings. He didn't even have the courtesy to call me like he used to do, to say, Costa, I'm sorry, I won't be able to see you, but because I have to run back to Liberia, could we make this another time? Alex Cummings did not do that. He went back to Liberia. Since that time, Alex Cummings has not picked up the phone to say to me why he canceled the meeting or why the meeting did not happen. So, Baka, there has never been a time that Mr. Cummings asked me to support him for president. Never. So it's not like Alex Cummings asked me and I rejected. He never asked. No. So as the next question, I just thought I should put that out. I've never put that out before.
Okay, so apart from Mr. Cummings, have any of his supporters or any of the officials in the party also reached out?
Oh, well, a lot of them. Yeah, they talk to me. Oh, Mama, we need to support Cummings. That kind of conversation. But a man at my level politically, I can't be talking to honor links. I can't be talking to, people then like, no, I can't. It's not being arrogant, but I can't be talking. In Unity Party, I deal with Joe Wakai directly. I have a relationship with Amin Mudai. He's a good friend of mine. Mo Ali is a wonderful friend of mine. We talk, heart to heart talk. We are brothers. But my relationship with, is with JMB straight at that level. So I can't, talk with a leader. Yeah. So no, they've been engaging me, talking to me, my man. Like I got a librarian with my man. Wakai, can support man. I need you, man. That kind of talk. Yeah.
Yeah, and Costa, like you said, they respect you said downhearted.
No, I didn't say downhearted. But somebody planned a meeting with you, and they say they want to hear from you, and the meeting doesn't happen. It's not like you're downhearted. It's that the courtesy, the courtesy to say, my man, I'm sorry, but we're not meeting. That's what I'm saying. Not downhearted. No. So it's not that I was planning to switch over to Cummings, but to have a meeting. What do we say in Liberia? When somebody calls you to a meeting, what do you do?
Accept.
You go to hear what they say, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what we're doing in Liberia. Even if you already support one camp, but if somebody says, my man, I want us to meet, I want you to hear me out while I'm running for president, what my vision is, what I want to do. That's a different thing. You want to hear what that person wants to do. So it's not about Cummings didn't meet me, so that's why I'm supporting Boakai. I was already supporting Joe Boakai. You understand? I was already supporting Joe Boakai. So it has nothing to do with that. But the situation here is Boakai asked a question. Has Mr. Cummings ever reached out to you to ask for your support? I said, no. It didn't happen. He never asked me for my support because he wanted us to have a meeting. And it was in that meeting, I believe he wanted to ask, but that meeting didn't get to happen. That's the only reason why I'm explaining that. Because Boga asked me the question. Yeah. Go on, Boga. You got any other question? If not, we'll go to the phone lines and we'll take some calls then.
Yeah, man. Questions. The two final questions will be centering around JNB. Your support for Mr. Joseph Newman Boakai. The last time, yesterday, you said the ANC folks were playing old tape of you when you were kind of, not in favor of Mr. Boakai. Some of the things that you said. Do you sometimes sit and, say, yeah, I regret saying this. I regret going down critically on Mr. Boakai. Now it's kind of disturbing me, or it's kind of disturbing my support for him personally. Do you sometimes think that way?
No, I don't. But however, the Joe Boakai that I felt we knew that I felt Ellen was supporting, it's not a Joe Boakai that I know now. He was never that, but I just didn't know Joe Boakai. I didn't know Joe Boakai. First of all, I had never met Joe Boakai. It was my first time meeting Joe Boakai. Was in the second round of the elections, and I was viciously against Unity Party continuing in power. I didn't want them to continue in power, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people felt that way. So what I said, what I did during the campaign, the first round, was because I felt that Unity Party should not be in power anymore after everything that had happened in the country. And I also felt that Joe Boakai was being supported by Ellen. That's what we felt. I'm sure you felt that way.
Yeah.
But when I realized that that was not the case, that Boakai was not being supported by Ellen, and instead she was supporting George Weah, and the reasons why she wasn't supporting Boakai, I was impressed. You know, I was impressed because I felt that he must have been a man of principle, you know, to stand up to her in that way. And so, you know, George Weah reached out to me, Boakai. We played.
Yeah.
When he called me, I recorded it. The reason I recorded it was because I knew his people were going to say I was lying, that he didn't reach out to me. So we recorded the conversation and I played it. But I chose Boakai over George Weah after I learned that Joe Boakai stood up to Ellen and he had integrity. And I was really, really impressed because I didn't want Ellen having continued influence after her 12 years in office. And when I came to realize that Joe Boakai was his own man and he was going to be different than Ellen, you know, we all heard that. But I learned some things that other people didn't because I sat down with people and I sat there and they told me stuff. And then I met the man himself and I realized that he is a good man. And since then, I've stuck with Joe Boakai. You know, I have stuck with Joe Boakai, and we've been very, we've been very close since. And I believe in him. Thank God that they don't accuse me of supporting Boakai for money. And the reason is simple, because Boakai doesn't have money to give me. They all know that. You know, yeah, Boakai. No, that's true because that's the one accusation they don't make. Oh, he's supporting Joe Boakai because of money. They don't make that accusation because he doesn't have money to give me, you know. So I support him because I believe in his vision for the country. That's why I support him. Well, okay, let's go to the phone lines, take some calls, and we're gonna take our Mr. and Mrs. Weah at 4:40 my time, which would be 8:40 your time. That would be in 23 minutes from now. Let's take some calls. I'm gonna go upstairs to do something quick, and I'll be right back. Go to the phone lines. We'll take some calls. Later on today, I'll find time to drop that bombshell on the NPA folks. I'll be back with you shortly. And thanks for the questions you asked. When I come back, you got some more questions, you can ask them.
Okay, so we take some calls on 0770-102-102-0886, 0103830555102-102, and the WhatsApp number is +231-888-624-171. You know, asking questions, people say, oh, I'm supporting Cummings, I support this. For me, I'm a journalist. My boss Costa is a political commentator. For me, I'm a journalist. I don't have a side in any politics. So sometimes you see me like leaning towards Joe Boakai, so that you see me leaning towards ANC, so that you see me talking about the CDC. I just don't have a specific position when it comes to politics. So that's it. Don't tell me, say, I support this particular person because I don't support any other person in politics. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Bob James. I called you from India this morning.
Okay, welcome, Bob.
Okay, you see, Henry, let me come in a bit. I want to congratulate and personally extend my sincere thanks and appreciation for the number of sacrifices. Because we, the follower of Henry Costa, people who classify us to be different. And the support right now for Joseph Iman Boakai now, people are now saying it is not money, but it is because of personal greed, which we know that it is the demand of the Liberian people. You work for the Liberian people, and their demand should be the one to adhere to. So you are not doing it on your own. So once the Liberian people say this is the area we should go, There's no need that Henry Costa can personally twitch and say, no, he had his own will. Even you coming back to contest, it is because of the Liberian people. We will say this is it and that is it. So there is nothing wrong with that. The demand of the Liberian people is that demand, that request is their request. So as a leader, just remain to be humble, remain to be kind, listen to them always before you make decisions. So thank you ever so much this morning, Henry.
Okay, thank you so much for calling us from India. Let's come back home and take this person. Good morning, Noah.
Good morning, Pastor, who are left upstairs. I hope you're hearing me. And good morning to all our Liberians in the diaspora. My name is Noah Zhao Gibson for the problem. Now, Waka, let me just say this. Joseph Waka is not just the only competent person within the CPP. As far as I'm concerned, all the political leaders in the CPP are competent. But what we are saying, more especially to our brothers on the Alternative National Congress, what we are saying that Joseph Waka is the man right for the position. We are comparing Joseph Waka both popularity and competence. For me, that's my point. Joseph Waka is popular and he's competent. And in politics, the first thing you need in democracy is popularity. That's the very first thing. Then, to make you more complete is the competence. And trust me, this is not because there are people who support Joe Waka, not that they like him, but because they see he's just the right person right now to challenge President Weah. Any attempt for us not to bring Joe Waka on this ticket, trust me, no matter what kind of money you pump in or whoever you bring, it's going to be a done deal for the opposition and President Weah will celebrate. So my people, we are appealing to you people, it's about the country. It's about the country. It's not about an individual. Joe Waka gave nobody a cent. Me, I'm speaking to you. Yes, I do have some personal relationship with Joe Waka, but trust me, it was because of money. Joe Waka doesn't claim and rent Joe Waka. Some of you in the diaspora there, I think to some extent you are more gracious. I mean, we want to be grateful to you, to the grace of God. It's a good number of you kind people. Even though some of you, on the other hand, you sit in the public and ill discuss us how or whatever little you have done with the event, you have sat in the public and ill discuss us there and the information reached to us there. That's why some of us now, even with careful, we'll be careful what kind of aid to take from some of you or who to take aid on now on our side. So what we're saying here, Joe Waka should be the man, and I think he will help this country to get where we are at. Whoever is coming after him, we cannot look at that person, but we look at the company. And Waka, in conclusion, the Ominga market situation you spoke about, the people are not refusing to go Ominga. But the place is not conducive, and everybody will not go Ominga. That's why the government want to understand. And the government must understand this. Everybody will not go Ominga. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Noah, hello. Noah, I wanted to ask Noah a question, but he left the line. But let me take somebody from the WhatsApp number, +231 888 624171. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Waka, and good morning to our little Henry P. Costa.
Yeah. Basketball?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good morning to you, Waka. My name is Basketball, and I'm calling for Unnamed Destination. Yeah, Waka. You see, Joseph Waka is the right candidate for 2023. We are appealing to all the Liberians. We know what is happening in the country right now. What is happening in the country right now, we have to fight. We have to put together to move these devils, these people who come to draw Liberia backward. We need to put together. And Joseph Waka is the only person that can challenge this government because he's the only man. If the man can look at when he was vice president, if he can look at Ellen and tell Ellen that what the Liberian people say is what I will do. It's just like you, Waka. You are telling Henry Costa that whatsoever the callers say, that is what I'm going to do here. That means that you are so bold to tell him that. That is what Waka did. And because Ellen knows Bwaka very well. This is why he never elected him as president. Because he know that Bwaka is going to stand up, he's going to do what the Nigerian will say. So please, I'm appealing to all the Nigerians in the diaspora, everywhere. Please let's join together to the devil's form, big power. And the people that in Red Land, they are just, all those people, they are just serving themselves. To carry them to Ominga, it is no good.
Okay, thank you so much, Pastor Boss. Sorry, I have to take another person from this line. Good morning.
Yeah, Bwaka, I call back to take your question.
Oh, okay. Noah, you know, my question is that you know the framework agreement between the CPP, the heads of the CPP, right?
Yes.
And
yes, to some extent, I would say yes.
My question is that was there any agreement that Honorable Mr. Joseph Newman Bwaka should hear the ticket? Is that what his framework said? If not, what becomes of Mr. Cummings or Mr. Bernard Yuri or Yombly? Are they not capable of hearing a ticket?
Well, I think you just call me in for me to repeat what I said, because if only you got me from the initial stage, Bwaka, you wouldn't have asked this question, but probably you didn't get me. I initially, if you listen to me from the initial stage, I started by telling you that Joseph Bwaka was not the only competent man within the CPP. So by me saying that alone, it clearly demonstrates that I am to the know of the other political leaders being competent.
Yeah.
So okay, and if I were to say in this public manner on the big platform where I'm being monitored globally, to tell the world that the CPP framework states that only Joseph Bwaka should hear the CPP, then obviously I should not even be bashing at Georgia of being very incompetent. I think I have just marketed my incompetence right here. Okay. But the thing is, we will never be stupid. No one will be lunatic enough to tell you Joe Bwaka is the only competent. What will you say about Yombly? Yombly have been in the Senate for quite a long time now. And even very Mr. Yuri have been tested before. He managed Maritime in the province. The thing goes to Cummings, who have managed a big corporate entity. So you know what does that indicate? It means that they come with some level of great competence. But what we're saying here is democracy is about popularity and competence.
Okay.
And Joe Bwaka has both. These other people, they are not as popular as Joe Bwaka. And to go against somebody the president, let me tell you something. All the way President is messing up. He still commands some level of popularity. You saw the man of recent when he went to Waterside trying to dedicate that for a refurbished market building that he called New Building. You saw how he was being cheered. So it tells you that the people are still looking towards President Weah. So while it's true he can be beaten, and he will not be accused of beating as someone is thinking. Not anybody can just beat him. So I think the best person suited is Joe Bwaka. That's what we're saying. And in democracy, popularity is allowed.
Okay.
So let me be quickly in 10 seconds. You can compare the Henry Costa of 2017 when he contested in deficit as compared to the Henry Costa you know now. You bring Costa right now, he's extremely popular overwhelmingly. So that's what we're saying here. Joe Bwaka is extremely popular. No opinion who you control and Joe Bwaka will lose.
All right,
that I can guarantee you. Thank you. That's my point.
Thank you so much. I will cross over to Costa, but let me take this person here. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Arifo.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Valley.
Yeah, thank you very much for the program and thanks to Costa. You know, we all pray to God that we should have better leadership in this country. Not about popularity, but we want somebody who can bring this country back to democracy, no fear of intimidation. We need not to run away from one another, even if from party gets out from party B, we should go at this, we sit down and have conversation together. We shouldn't be hiding from one another. And we want faster development in this country. Look at our neighboring countries. Sierra Leone that we help to get our independence. Guinea, Ivory Coast, or Ghana, we help them to get their independence. If any of the ministers got said today, where they heading to? Ghana, South Africa. None of them going to have treatment yet. So we need somebody that got that fast track that need to bring this country. At least if I'm sick, I got a reliance that I will get my fair treatment in this country. And look at the West Coast. Even if you're working for companies like Seti Brother and other people, there's no insurance. There's no insurance at all. People get working on the mountain of God. Even if you got hurt or you got killed in the process, no insurance, your insurance not going to benefit nothing for you. So this is the leader that we want, and Joseph Boakai is going to make that step forward. Thank you.
And you talk about the rights issue. You sent me the message about the rights issue. He just left the line.
Okay. All right. Listen. Let me just announce this. Boakai, I want to do a happy birthday treat for Mrs. Sirleaf. That's the wife of our vice chair for administration of the Minnesota chapter, Mr. Moiba Sirleaf. His darling wife. Today is her birthday, the 31st of August. And your husband, she's a wonderful woman. We've been to their home. She's taking very good care of us. I want to say happy birthday to you as well from me. This treat is from your husband, Moiba, and the kids. Eli, Eli wants me to say, Mommy, you're the best mom ever. And your other son, Elias, says, I love Mommy very much. And I want to wish you many, many more years of good health and prosperity and love. Mrs. Sirleaf, the wife of Brother Moiba. Moiba, you put a woman in a message, man. I just forgot her name. Wonderful, wonderful lady. Let's take some more calls there. Of course, in 10 minutes, we will take our guest. In 10 minutes time, but let's go back to the phone line. Let's take more calls. Look, I will say this to you. The CPP has people with rich backgrounds, at many levels, and you have Joe Boakai with his many years of public sector experience. You have Ellis Cummings with his many years of corporate experience. You've got Yuri, who's worked in government with public sector experience, business experience as well. Yumli has worked in the private sector, and she's worked in the Senate for a while now. So, but the race is only between two people here, Boakai and Ellis Cummings. And, when people try to say popularity is not a thing, that they're being dismissive of Boakai's experience, his rich experience, because the only thing, popularity is not the only thing Joe Boakai brings to the table, Boakai. You know what I mean? Yeah. Joe Boakai brings a wealth of public sector experience. Then I like to say, what did Boakai do as vice president? Vice presidents don't have their own agenda. Boakai? Vice presidents don't do anything.
Sure.
All over the world. Vice presidents don't have their own platform. Vice presidents only take instructions from their bosses. So you can't ask a man who was vice president for 12 years, what did you do as VP? VPs don't do anything. A vice president is a ceremonial position. You don't do anything at all. So you can ask him what he did as vice president. Willie Tolbert was vice president to Topman for 19 years. What did Willie Tolbert do as vice president? Nothing. But when he became president in 1971, when Topman died, that's when we saw who Willie Tolbert was. The things that Willie Tolbert did. So vice presidents don't have their own agenda. Vice presidents don't have their own platform. Vice presidents don't have their own vision. Vice presidents are just there. They assist the president.
Because that when you say all of these things, now that's where the ANC folks will come in. If you want them to serve as a vice to Mr.
Boakai. No, I don't want. No, hey, hold on. Before you go anywhere, I am not asking Ellis Cummings to be vice president to Boakai. It is Mr. Cummings' right to want to be president. I want to say that. I would defend Ellis Cummings' right any day to want to be president. That he desire. The same way I have my political aspirations for 2023 and for 2029, the same way Ellis Cummings has his right to want to be president. That he right. I would defend his right, even if I don't agree with his right. I believe it was Voltaire who said, I will defend your right to speak, even if I don't agree with what you said. Yeah. I will defend Ellis Cummings' right to want to be president, even if I don't believe in his ambition. I would defend it. So yes, the Cummings people are right. The vice president has no power. That's true. The vice president has no platform.
Yeah.
Right. The vice president has nothing. And we see how normally presidents they treat the vice presidents. And you see how Joe Howard Taylor is being treated today.
Yeah.
By George Weah. We all seen it. Of course. So vice presidents don't have power. If you're lucky you have a good president as your boss, then that president could utilize your experience, your skills, put you to work, give you assignments. But if you're bad lucky, you have a small-minded president or idiot as your boss, then he will treat you as George Weah is treating Joe Howard Taylor. So I'm not asking Ellis Cummings to be vice president. I'm not pushing that line. I don't want to be clear. I am not asking Mr. Cummings to subjugate his ambition to be vice president to Joe Boakai. I'm not asking that of him. It is not my place. Other people may be doing that, but I am not going to do that. So I'm not asking you to do that. Yeah? I'm not going to. People have actually reached out to me. Oh, Costa, we want you to talk to JMB to see how JMB. In fact, some ANC people have reached out to me. On Saturday, I spoke to a gentleman whose name I will not call. He's a Cummings supporter. But over the last week, his faith in Cummings becoming the head of the ticket started diminishing. And he reached out to me to ask me whether I could intervene to bring the two men together. I told him, I said, look, these two people know each other. They've known each other longer than I have known either of them. It's not my place. I can talk to Joe Boakai, but I don't want to waste my time trying to bring the two of them together. I don't want to, because they know each other, Boakai. Ellis Cummings does not need me to bring he and Joe Boakai together. Joe Boakai does not need Henry Costa to bring him. No, that's not my place. It is not my place, Boakai. These two people know each other. They know each other. So that's not my work. Yeah, to be honest. Let's take two more calls and we'll go and take our guests. So it's not my place. If the two people want to work together, they want to sit down and talk, it's up to them. It is not my place. Stay out of that. But I support Joe Boakai. And I will not sit here and tell you Cummings should run for VP to Joe Boakai. I'm not going to say that. That is not my place.
All right. Before we take a call, let me do a 8th wedding anniversary for Mr. Randolph Cletuve Halligan of Tipmin, Liberia. You and your beautiful wife celebrating on today. Now we'll take this person here. Good morning.
No.
Good morning. Your name are you calling from?
Good morning, brother. This is Evan Sharif calling from Kingsville District 4.
Welcome, Evan.
Yeah, and good morning to the voice of the voiceless.
Morning, Evan.
First of all, the Liberian people, ANC got to know, and all the other people that are in the collaboration, they have to are facing the reality. Look, if you get posts on your Facebook page, even George Weah and Joe Boakai, and you do your opinion poll, you will see who the people want. So the ANC people have to know. And one of the things that can puzzle me, all the other people will get a support to ANC. Even Molua Yobo gave support. ANC people were rejoicing. But when Costa come out and say, okay, I support Joe Boakai, ANC people angry. Why? Costa, a human being, is a Liberian. He got a right to support anybody you want to support. The same way Alexander Cummings is running and he get a right to run. He in a collaborating political party and he going for convention. That's a right to be president. So Costa have a right to support anybody. That's why you and myself got a right to support anybody we want to support. But what we're saying, I believe the Liberian people know Joe Boakai better than any other candidate in the CPP. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ellen. We take one more call, then we cross over to Costa to get our guests for today's edition of the Costa. It's been a very healthy discussion here this morning, and everybody's going with it. We take our last caller, 0770-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-624-4171. Yeah, that would take Pangomo. Pangomo, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor. Good morning, Costa. My brother, Secretary.
Welcome.
This Dogma Road are going on. We can't want to score well. You see, I saw fire yesterday, Egyptian demonstrating, jubilating that, what do you call it? Coming will go, and then coming will go, because that's what they're waiting for. That Constawa Ellen Johnson Sterling played on your Kenaho, they want to fight the limited Pastor is more popular more than any Kennedy. Kennedy got a class. Coming got a class money. He was this way. On getting he got more air on his living life. He's still young. He got more to go. But today, they got only named Pastor. If he followed between John Bobby and Pastor in the blood today, Pastor would defeat. You understand? So I just forgot about the history there. I literally fought with the old man on day one. And my first time in my life, I chance to put a bad president. Look at you and the Obama campaign for a bad president. Come here, educator. Pastor is educator. People don't know I'm educator. You're getting to get off from the rubbish. To get today, look at the back of I'm going to say, government, I got extra $1 on the back of 25 kg. $1 I'll be out on the 25 kg. 2,700 for God's sake. Who waiting for $2,000 today? Nobody. They are breastfeeding hunger. This money, every correction, they are not jubilating that. Jubilating passive they wanted party this way because they wanted 115 votes at the Cummings so they can save money and the elite to back off that game that they played last year. I mean, just go pay for them to play it. It can't work. The people need budget.
All right, Pangomo, thank you so much. Cost is over to you.
All right. So, folks, thank you very much. We'll stop there with the politics, and we will go now and take our guests. They are all ready. I'm going to bring them in right now. Mr. Gus Weah and his darling wife, Mrs. Joyce Mator. Weah, Chef Weah. Let's bring them in right now. The both of them are seated. Good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Costa. Good morning, Waka.
Good. Very good. So we're glad to have you both with us this morning. How's Noppuskitch doing?
Noppuskitch is doing great. Yes, doing well.
Thank God. So folks, this is a couple that is behind Noppuskitch, a 100% Liberian-owned cuisine line. They make great African cuisine, great Liberian dishes, and they mail them to you in these wonderful packagings and well preserved and everything. So let's start with they say ladies first. So Chef Loppu or Chef Weah, how did you develop the interest of becoming a chef?
Really, it started at a very young age back home, growing up. And also a big influence on my grandmother, my late grandmother, who I'm also named after Loppu, and she's the one I named my business in honor of her. But just like growing back home in Liberia, as a child or as a young girl, we used to always be cooking like in the tomato cups, tomato cans, like, oh, mama and papa play, all those things. So it started from a very young age. And at the age of 12, I was already cooking for the entire house. And also my mom, she taught us, like my cousin, every one of us. So it was just from a very young age.
Good. And so you pursue this further, right? Professionally. Let's talk about that, because for some people those skills only remain in the household. They don't go any further. But what made you go further to become a professional?
You know, I always wanted to own my own restaurant, and I figure out like before you do that, you have to have the knowledge and everything about the food industry and what you're doing. Even though we all can cook, but you have to know everything professionally. So just going back, I used to cook and sell to people, but I was like, you know, let me take it to a different level. So when I moved to Charlotte with my husband, it was just started 2019, and we was just driving around. And I've been telling him like, oh, we're gonna open a restaurant. I was like, well, and we had the money to open the restaurant and everything, but I was like, no, let's do it the right way. We can go to there and open a restaurant, and we're not even gonna be successful because we don't know what we're doing. So let's just find another way. So we just drove around, and I went to the university downtown, and he was in the car with me, and I said, let's just go. Let me find out and just inquire about the, you know, trying to see what's going on. So I got there, and he was in the car waiting for me. So the lady was like, I said, can I get an application? She was like, sure, but do you know we have a tour going on? I like 1 o'clock. Would you want to stay? I said, sure. So I told my husband. He was like, okay, I'll wait for you. So he waited for me all this while. I toured the campus. I liked it. I loved the program. So that's how it all started. I took the application home, filled it out, and I got accepted. And then I just started, you know, and I graduated this March. And I'm actually starting my bachelor. I started today. So I'm trying to go all the way there.
That is it. That is impressive. That is impressive. Wow. Mr. We I've interviewed you on this platform, some other issue, but first of all, it's a very good thing to see that, you know, you've been, you know, very supportive with her all the way. And so I've sampled the food. I received some of the food, folks. I enjoyed it. I still have some of it. Yesterday I ate my last two meat pies for lunch. That's what I have for lunch yesterday. Me and Henry, he loves the meat pie. Yeah. So,
he has some of the coconut candy as well.
Exactly. No, coconut candy been finished long time. I want to have the first one.
I know he's gonna like
it. Is amazing. And so this joining for her and as her husband, partner, you know, what was your reaction to it when she said she wanted to do this professionally? You know, it's one thing, you know, most of our women from back home learn how to cook, like she said, but to professionalize and become a chef. So what did you make? What was your reaction?
Yeah, Costa, I want to say thanks again for this platform. Thanks again for this opportunity to be on your show. Actually, I spent my entire career professionally overseas with the United Nations for 17 years. So when she told me that, oh, you know, when I came back home, she was like, oh, babe, I want to go back to school. And I was like, sure, I support you, you know. And I said, what do you want to do? She said, I want to, you know, be a chef, not just any kind of chef. I want to be a satisfied chef. And I was like, okay, I support you in that. And so I was like, but with the kids, you know, we have to adjust our schedule. You know, because you live here, you know how it works with the kids. So I was like, okay, let's go to the campus. So I drove out there, and she got accepted at the university, went through orientation and everything. And I was like, is this your passion? She said, yes. I said, okay, I'm going to support you until you reach to the level that you want to reach to. So I got this, and she was, you know, very, you know, very courageous, you know, in doing what she wanted to do. Even though with COVID-19 and sometimes the closed class, there's, you know, and I was like, you sure you're going to make it? She said, no, babe, I want to make sure I make it. And I was like, I'm here. I got you. I will support you. And I want you to achieve your dream. And, you know, this is how she was able to graduate this May. And but I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. She made it happen, you know, and this is where we are now. She's doing what she want to do, and you know, we love pushing. She's doing great, and you know, I'm very proud. I just want to say I'm proud, and
That's very good.
yeah.
That's very, very good. Folks, somebody just asked for the website. I'm posting it right now. We have the jingle. We're running that every morning. And okay, that's the website. That's where you can order from. Now, so one of the things, you guys live in North Carolina, right?
That's correct, Charlotte. Yes.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful place. Great place to raise a family. Charlotte, how do you get the food? I mean, the different types of African food. I mean, where do you get them from? Because Charlotte is not like Philly, where I live in Delaware. I can drive to Woodland, Philly. I can buy anything I want to buy.
That's right.
Oh, you need me. But how do you get the food out there?
They have other African stores out here too.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Asian too, pretty much, they eat everything that we eat when it comes to the cassava leaf, flowers, all of that. They got it in the Asian store, which is really good. But we're looking for a good vendor too. So.
Okay, very good. Now, when you guys told me that you're doing this, I was like, this is great. This is fantastic. There's a need for it. There are lots of people all over this country who are Liberians who don't have the time to cook. They want to eat Liberian food. Maybe not every day, but they want to eat it whenever they want to eat it. Thousands of them, but they don't know where they can just place an order and get it. So I said, this is great. Every business has to be able to fill a need. Now, that's what you've done. When I received the food, the packaging, that refrigerated, that box, it comes in, the ice packs, the packaging is just amazing. How much time did you put into picking that? It just blew me away. Everybody loves a great packaging. You know that. Sometimes people buy stuff just for the packaging.
That's right.
Not only is the food very tasty, very good, but the packaging is amazing. So tell us about that. How did you come up with that packaging idea?
All right, so this is really funny because it's both of us that really sat down with design all of that. So one afternoon, somebody to answer somebody's question on here before I answer your question, Costa. They said why I just cook Liberian food and not other food, especially if I'm a chef. One thing I would say is the main reason I went to culinary school was to promote Liberian food, and that's what I'm gonna do because if we should promote anything, let something who come from Liberia, it's through our food. We have one of the best food in Africa. Yep. And I go to the grocery store, I see Chinese food. I see some other, different country, they got that food in the grocery store. And I'm like, I want to see a Liberian food out there one day. And I want everybody to know about our food. That's why I'm basically focusing on Liberian food. But we're gonna do other stuff. I can do anything you want. But
I will tell you this, Apu. Sorry for interrupting you, right?
Yes.
There's a Liberian guy called Otis. He and his wife run a restaurant. It's a very nice place. It's not far from me. And this guy, one time I went to his place. Some friends and I were having a good time because in the evening he turns into a bar. And this guy was telling me, so Otis makes Liberian food. So I was like, Otis, who are your customers? Just to support what he's saying. He said, 80% of my customers are Americans, whites and blacks. I'm like, what? Yeah. He said, yeah, they come here to eat the pan butter and I said, are you kidding me? He said, once they come, they try it out because people want to try out new foods. You know, American people. So you're right about promoting your food because when other people try it and they like it, they're gonna want to eat it too. So why leave your food and go cook somebody else's food? I agree with you. Go on.
Yeah, so that's the main reason cooking hot dog, hamburger, all this stuff. That's not my goal. That's not my aim. Why I got into this field is to just, and like you said, that's why it's like a soul food kind of, because it's very comforting. This is the food we grew up with. Going back home, my kids love it. Everybody in my household, they don't even like McDonald's or those things. They don't want it. It's like, mommy, we have a sour leaf, and that was all the kids do it. They love it because it's just very comforting, and how we make it is just delicious. That's why my main focus is to have it out there and let everybody know.
It certainly is, but we gotta go back to the packaging thing.
Yes. So,
how did you guys put that thing together? People love it.
My husband was actually out of the country at this time. I was home with the kids. So this whole thing started was we was trying to get a brick and mortar restaurant, but you know, being a mom and then trying to run a restaurant, I was like, nah, it's just too much. So what can I do? And I sat there, I started to do some research and stuff like that. So he was actually out of the country. When he came back, and I told him, I said, there's this machine that I've seen, you can actually seal the food with it. First of all, he was like, what is that? The first thing he did was to order $2,500 for the machine. So the machine came with everything, but we didn't have the, you know, how to go.
The skills, the knowledge.
Yeah. So I'm still sitting there trying to figure it out. I said, if we're trying to do anything, we need a logo, we need something. And for the name, getting the name wasn't very hard because I always wanted to honor my grandmother because most of my cooking, my recipe, how I cook, it came from her. And she made her soul rest in peace. It was a very tough cookie, you know. So if you're cooking and you don't do it right, it will get on you. Like there's certain time for you to put the seasoning, the meat, you know, just
so you couldn't mess with her recipe.
No.
Great target.
Yeah. So and then the packaging idea came about one day. I was you know, online and I was just looking at and I got in contact with a couple of people. And they led me the right way. So they asked me, what's your idea? What are you trying to do? Every time I explained my idea to them, they was like, that's a great idea. This is great. So it was not something they're trying to figure out, oh, we can't do this. No. The moment I explained to them, hey, I'm trying to do African food, especially Liberian food, it was like, oh, that's a good idea. Cool. So I was finally able to get in touch with somebody and we sat down, we did the design. From the logo, he and I, we did everything, the stencil, you name it, the colors. So that was how we was able to come with the packaging. And we wanted it to be something that would just, you know, be nice and look presentable when the food go out to the customer.
And now, aesthetically, Mr. Weir, the packaging looks very good. People want to see something that looks good to the eye. But not only that, but the food comes well preserved. That is key. Because, you know, to be honest, when you said you were going to mill the food over to me, I was like, okay, that's from Charlotte. Yeah, it's going to take like 2 days again. But will it be okay? Will it still be fresh? Yeah. And then comes the package right at my door. I pick it up. I was not home. The kid brought it inside. Opened. I came up. Look at it. I was excited. I opened it. And I still saw some of the ice packs were still solid ice, well preserved in this thing. And I was like, this is great. So let's talk about feedbacks, Mr. Weir. You guys been getting feedbacks from reviews from the customers. What are they like? I mean, for me, fantastic, excellent packaging, food tastes great, fantastic. But let's talk about feedbacks from others.
I mean, let me just get in. For the feedback is very positive, and we're not just getting the customer from our people, Liberian, is from everybody, white, other African, Jamaican, Haitian, everybody just keep ordering, and now like I told you about Costa. You go on Costa, now you see trouble, and now they keep ordering, you know, and the feedback is very good. It's positive. They love the packaging. They love it.
You know what? There's something I will tell you guys, right? Yeah. So when I expected the food, I just expected the food. I mean, like the rice, the kidney beans, the potato greens, all the other different soups. I didn't expect you would send coconut candy and rice bread and meat pie. So I didn't think you made those things too. You know, normally you go to a Liberian restaurant, you would just. But those are Liberian delicacies. You know how we love our coconut candy, our meat pie, our rice bread. I love rice bread. It's my favorite type of pastry. But this is amazing. This is fantastic. So so do you ship to every part of the U.S.? So let's take some questions. Now, folks, those of you in the U.S., somebody says, I live. Let's take some questions from our folks who are watching. And we'll also take some calls, you know. from the USA people. Only from the USA people. The people in America.
They should watch our Costa. Local kitchen will probably be going Liberia. Later in the future.
Exactly.
Okay, no problem.
So we'll take some calls from the people in the US. Janja Peters said, my wife ordered some of your food. Janja Peters, did you eat some, Janja? I'm sure you did. So
Yes,
give us your review here, Janja.
For those in the US, can call me on the number. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. That's the WhatsApp number, so you can call me.
Okay, great. So the website, I just posted the website for those of you who are listening, because we have thousands of people who are listening but are now watching the video. So the website is www.lorpu, LORPU kitchen, KITCHEN, Lorpu kitchen. That's it. .com. Very simple, and the website is very easy to use. You go on there. Oh, okay. Janja says we are waiting for it. Oh, so she just made an order, Janja Peters. That's very, very good. Very, very good. So John Sobel, my very good friend, lives in PA. John Sobel says, what's the minimum order to qualify for shipping? That's a good question.
Janja, your package will be shipped out tomorrow. So let me just, because we have so much order, and we kind of like, when we get order, we kind of make your food. So it's not when you put an order in, you get it the next day. So once
you make the food.
Yeah, once you put your order in, we'll make your food because you customize your own food. So you tell us how you want your food. So we're not just like an ordinary restaurant or
where the food is cooked like that. Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So once we get an order in, we'll cook your food, and then once it's shipped out, that's when it takes 1 day for you to get it. So once it's shipped out and the shipping confirmation go out to you, and then we'll ship it out. And then what was the question he asked?
So my friend John wants to know what's the minimum order? How much because even with the other food, the food delivery people, Grubhub and all those people, you have to have a minimum order before they bring your food.
Yeah. And the good thing with us is this: it doesn't matter how much you order. You can order a lot of food. It's a flat rate to ship, so you don't have a minimum order. So if you order like 20 products or 100, just example, it's a flat rate across the entire order to ship it to you.
No, I think what he meant was how much does he have to spend in order to qualify to have his food shipped to him? How much in terms of price? How much does he have to spend? $40, $50?
It doesn't matter because some people order one, some people order two.
Yeah,
and we still ship it.
Okay.
They're paying for it, so the shipping is flat rate. Yeah.
That's very, very good.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know, work hard, play hard. That's a Facebook name. He says, can you forget about the rice and just do soup? Now he wants to know whether he can just order soup and he'll cook his own rice.
Yes, we do also have that on the website. And a lot of people also been calling it the family meal. So this is the good thing about this family meal here. We have 3 different sizes. We have the small, medium, and the large. And you can get it in any soup of your choice. And your protein, you can put how you want it. If you want it spicy, mild, it's up to you to make your own soup. And we're cooking for you guys. We're not cooking for us. So whatever you tell us, that's what we make. So that's what a lot of people been really getting in miss. We have the lunch package. The one that you got, that was the lunch package. It's already come like that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're taking more questions here. So somebody says, yes, that's what I wanted to know as well. Soup only. Fantastic. So you know that. You can go on the website and you can order right now at loppukitchen.com. And she's a professional chef, trained professional chef. So you combine your when you go to the school though, I mean, you already knew how to cook. You knew all your grandmother's recipes and stuff, but you still felt that you needed to go to school to professionalize, to add more skills. What extra did you? I'm not asking you to tell her everything you learned in your chef school, but what are the extra things you learned from that you add on to what you already knew?
Oh, let me tell you, because I learned a whole lot. And you see, we're not like back home in Liberia, we're in America, where food is a liability. You can be sued or you can kill somebody.
Mhm.
So what I learned from there was the most thing about food safety, the handling of food, control from bacteria, and just all that stuff that you need to know.
Food safety, quality control.
Quality assurance and
Yeah.
food handling, like what setting temperature your food's supposed to be at, like how long do you go a hot food, cold food, you know, for a minimum time for a cold food is like 6 hours, and hot food is like, you know what, I'm sorry, cold food is 6 hours and hot food is 4 hours. So all these different things, cooking a beef at what temperature. So it's a whole lot that I learned, and then I had to do my food safety, the board to be qualified to handle food before I even touch any food. Yeah, so that is a whole lot that I
So
learned.
they're not any kind of bagbati business. They show you the beer, whatever.
Hey, let me tell you, I had to do mathematics. I'm doing chemistry. I'm doing everything. So it's not okay.
Wow.
Forget about that. We got the lab. We go there, but when I had to do my my academics, which I also posted as well, we do everything English, all of that, because you have to learn. You have to know how to. There's something called cost control. Let's say if you run a restaurant, you got to know what's coming in, what's going out, all of that stuff. So it's a whole lot. It's not just you going in, you taking knife, you cutting thing, and you cooking. No, so it's a very good experience. I love it. And
that's good.
I'm glad I did one.
That's very, very good. My friend Francis Birch. I believe Francis lives in Chicago. Francis says, I'm about to order my tteokbokki. Francis, try, my man. I got somebody catered tteokbokki here too. Very, very nice. And somebody wants to know, Mox says, do you ship to Canada? I don't know. Is that something you guys do?
It's probably just going to be a little bit pricier.
Yeah, because Canada is another country, of course.
And then also, I don't even know when it comes to custom, because it's a perishable food, if they will open it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's something I need to look into.
Yes, you should. You guys should look into that. You should definitely look into that. So this is great, folks. If you're just tuning in, we have with us, Mr. Augustine Weir and his darling wife, Mrs. Joyce Mato Weir. She's a chef, and they run Noppuskitch. It's a Liberian and African cuisine. They don't run a brick and mortar restaurant. They don't need to, because they have a different model. They prepare the food. When you place the order, the food is prepared based on your specifications. Based on what you request for, and then they ship the food out to you in these amazing looking, this amazing packaging, and it comes well preserved. That's good. Now, somebody's asking a question. Do you cater for events? Is that something you want to consider?
Yeah, I actually did a lab for banquet and catering. Yes, so we're looking into that. But yeah, definitely, that's something we're open to. If you're having a wedding, any event you're having, yeah, we can talk and just tell us what you want. We'll do it for you. Yeah, we're
fantastic.
open. Yeah.
All right, so that's very, very good. That's very, very good. So,
yeah.
Okay.
We wanted to say something, Costa.
Let me just out of I'm just in the back, okay? She run the show. I'm just the observer. So yeah, so she, everything that happening is her. She's making it to happen, and I support her, and I'm making sure that she's successful in what she's doing, what she believes in. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a strong support system. Let me tell you the funny thing, he will be up with me sometimes picking up flower sauce.
That is amazing.
Yeah, he's very supportive, and I like that. So
okay, that is very, very good, folks. The Liberian community, and not just the Liberian community, but of course, you said primarily your core market is the Liberian community, which is extremely large. And the good thing is, for your business model where you ship the food out, is that the milling system is extremely effective and reliable. So that's a good thing. And the packaging is very good. The food goes out preserved. It's all very, very amazing. That's how you do it, man. You do it on at another level. Hopefully that we will get to the point where you're gonna have to hire people, a lot more people to help, and everything. This is great. This is great. So where do you see Noppuskitch in the next 5 years? Let's talk vision here.
My vision for Noppuskitch is to have it in every major grocery store out there, and we're working on that too. So by the grace of God, be looking in your nearest grocery store for Noppuskitch in the frozen dinner aisle, or just wherever they keep that food.
Absolutely, beautiful stuff.
Costa, we just I've been busy behind the scenes, working on that, trying to see that it can be placed like in all like in Walmart and all great grocery store around the country. So
yeah. The way you package it, like that, and they got these refrigerator, these large walk-in refrigerators or something across. Yeah, they can be. You can have designated stores.
That's right.
In these epic centers where they got large Liberian communities, people can just walk in and buy your cassava leaf, your well-cooked cassava leaf, potato green, whatever, and you can get home and cook your rice. You don't need to do the rice, just the soup.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Well, guys, I want to say thank you very, very much for coming on, and thanks for what you do. This is amazing. It feels a lot of people don't have the time to cook, or some people don't like to cook, but they want to eat Liberian food. They miss it. Some people live in parts of America where they can hardly have access to Liberian food. That's true. And my brother, for example, he lives in Florida. He's been living there for over 20-something years. So I need to talk to him about Noppuskitch, because every now and then he will be saying, "My man, I need to find African food, Yeah, so I need to definitely send him the link and tell him to hit you guys up, and he can regularly order his food from you guys. So then there are many people like him all over the U.S. who would like to do this. Now, I want to say thank you very much for coming on, and best of luck, and we'll continue to run the ad here. So folks, if you want to place your order, you can just save the website. It's right there. It's very simple. www.lopukitchen.com. LORPU, named in honor of her grandmother, whom she learned a lot from, the original recipes and all. So I want to say thank you so much, and we look forward to having you all back here. Whenever you need to come back here, let me know. This is your platform, and God bless you both.
All right, Costa. I just wanted to say something real quick before we leave. We're trying to make an announcement to our customers out there, and since you just when I contacted you, I said, my brother Costa, this is the idea. You was like, sure, and so everybody been calling me. A lot of people been calling me since they seen the video, and they said that they want the Costa box. What everything that Costa had in the box, that's what they want. So I said, okay, this is what we're gonna do, because this is such a big platform that you get up every morning, you come information to the people. So we are going to be having a Costa box on the spot. Everything that Costa got going to be in a box, and whenever you purchase that box, we're gonna donate like 10% to the Costa Show, so we can be able to support you and carry on with the program.
So have your humanitarian cause around the world, whatever you do.
So it's going to the Costa Show. So
thank you guys. That's amazing. The Costa Show appreciates that. We appreciate it. And there's this thing with us. We believe in promoting Liberians in whatever they do. They do good stuff, and we will promote it. And that's what you're doing here. Is an amazing thing. I see this in the next couple of months and years to come. It's going to get so big. I like the idea you guys have, in the future, to have it across Walmart or all these different stores. Yeah, That's Acme, where most of our shop. You know, you've got Acme all over the place. That is amazing. You know, so I want to say kudos, thank you. The Costa Show appreciates this generosity, and we wish you both all the best.
All right. And somebody just asked a question about a promo code. We're working on that. We're Costa gonna have a promo code. So once you order, you just put that code in, and then you get a discount. So we're working on all of that. So everything coming up.
All right, folks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, wonderful couple. Great stuff they're doing. She took her traditional Liberian cooking skills that she learned from home, her grandmother, and then she went to school, Johnson & Wales University, and studied as a chef and combined those skills, quality assurance, how to preserve the food, safety, and all that kind of stuff. Amazing. Yeah. You know, that is amazing. And they're doing good. And we're proud of them. Very proud of them. I want to say to my sister, Degonti Dalmida J, happy birthday to you. Wait, today is your birthday, Degonti? You know, maybe did because they just break down see you. Wait, let me check. And Brother Moiba's wife is Sister Justina Adjo Salif. That's her full name. Happy birthday to you, my dear sister. Today is your birthday. Let's see. Yes. Sister Decanty. Yeah, today her birthday. Yes, Sister Decanty Dalmida J. Happy birthday to you, my dear sister. All the way there in the beautiful in beautiful Minnesota. And I hope you and the twins, I hope they're doing good. And I wish you all the best, good health, many more years to come, my dear sister, and all the best. So, folks, this is how we like to bring this to an end.
Yeah, because before we go, let me just say happy birthday to Tina Manen also. And today the autopsy report.
Okay, no, go on. I will wish Tina happy birthday too. But talk about that. The autopsy report for who?
The autopsy report, the truck driver or kill on the Japanese freeway will be coming out. The government library will be coming out with the autopsy report on today at the Ministry of Information, the Ministry of Justice, and other government ministries and agencies will be there.
So we'll wait for it. As he begin, Queen Robinio Harris Jr. says, I should move to Minnesota. Queen, I will say this to you. I love Minnesota. It's a beautiful state, beautiful place, clean, beautiful place. And when I go there, I have an amazing time. Like we're going there on Friday. You know, my team and myself, we have a delegation of 7 people. We're going to Minnesota Friday. Then on Saturday, we'll go to Iowa for that event. Then we'll come back to Minnesota for another event. But I want to say this, and I was actually saying it the other day. The reason why I can't live in Minnesota is very simple. One reason, I love Minnesota, and it is not because of the cold. The weather, no. I don't have trouble with the cold. I don't. I'm not a people who can complain about the cold, right? The reason I can't live in Minnesota is because it's going to be too much for me. It's going to be too much because Minnesota, there are too many Liberians there. If I live there, it will almost be like living in Liberia. But you know how it is when I live in Liberia, right?
Yeah.
Everybody want to come visit me. Everybody want to lecture with me. Everybody wants to. So it's going to be. So I live in a place where, and that is not a bad thing. There are too many Liberians there. But what I'm trying to say is that I will be too distracted. I will be everywhere, and it will be a problem. So I love it when I go. I have a great time with them. Then I come back in my little small little Delaware, and exactly. But it will be too overwhelming if I were to live in Minnesota, because it's beautiful. Beautiful state, great place to raise a family. But living there for me would be too much. So that's the reason. But I love Minnesota. I go to Minnesota more than I go to any other state. Well, apart from Pennsylvania, where I drive to Philly to cut my hair. Like the other day, I got the haircut. Samuel Ujo, the barber. I went to Marty Ma Barber Shop on 63rd and 6th 3rd Street, and I can go to other states closer to me, but that's the furthest. For the furthest state, that's the one place I visit the most. I go there several times a year, but it's going to be too much for me to live there, because I will have people in my place every day, and I wouldn't know how to say, "Oh, I'm tired." That's the thing with me. So I can't live there, but I love it there. And Nora Holtz, happy belated birthday to you. You had a wonderful birthday, as I saw the pictures. You went over to Jamaica, you and the family, and you had a great time. I spoke with your husband when you were away. I called Mr. Maxwell Holtz, and we had a great conversation. And you were in Jamaica at the time. And I want to say happy belated birthday to you. I didn't see the notification, but I saw the pictures. You're having a wonderful time there in Jamaica. It's wonderful. When people work hard, it's good to get away and have some fun. And I'm sure you had some great time. Mother Nora Holtz there. Brother Jones also said, have I been? He's asking when I've been to the West Coast. Now, I need to visit California. I've not been there. I've gone to a lot of states in America. I've not been to Cali. I'm going to try to visit California maybe by the end of this year. I want to go there. I have some, I will have a reason to go there. I have some guys I'm working with on a business project. They live out in LA. And so that's going to be a reason for me to visit California. Yes, they and I are working on a project together. I pray to God that it works out well. Then I'm going to have a reason to go to California. Beautiful place too. I really want to visit. Okay, so I want to say thank you. Thanks to all. Wisconsin. No, I haven't visited Wisconsin. I would like to visit. Wisconsin. Yeah, but I haven't visited Wisconsin. This country too big. You can't possibly go everywhere. But America is a hell of a country, man. Big. Yeah. What? America is big. Everywhere you go, man, it's just yes. But Minnesota, yeah. So looking forward to coming down there on Friday. We're gonna be there for a couple of days. We're gonna have a good time, and thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a wonderful day. And if you're looking to send money to Liberia, the easier way to do it is send money. Canada, I'm visiting Canada next year for sure. I'm gonna go to Canada next year, and I'm definitely visiting Europe. Maybe by the end of this year, I might go to Europe to visit. And Australia is on my bucket list. My friend Samuel Sakama and our friends there, in Australia, have been trying to get me out there. So I'm going to try to come visit Australia next year. Looking forward to that. Okay. Okay. So thanks to all of you. Have yourselves a one. Yeah, Europe. Yes. It's our chairwoman of the COP chapter there in Europe, the Europe chapter of the COP, Francis Power, and her wonderful team. They're trying to get me out there. I'm definitely going to try to go to Europe by the end of this year. And then Canada will have to be next year. Canada and Australia next year. Yes. So for this year, I'm going to try to go to Europe by the end of this year. Yeah. Good. Look at somebody talking about how can your number drop? We had 1,300 people here on Facebook. So I can't take some cities and talk about the number of people that are watching the show. And we left the political topic and started talking about food business, which is a good thing. But a lot of people will stay on only when you're discussing political issues. So that's the thing. Abraham Wule says, please send this birthday treat to my mother. Today makes her 71 years old. Her name is Mary J. Kama from New Georgia Estate in Liberia. Madam Kama, happy birthday to you. Happy 71st. It's from your son, Abraham Wule. He wants me to do this for you. Good. Somebody asked me, Afghanistan. Dave Bridges, you let me in. Are you a seditious or you ANC man? Because I two people in Liberia, I two people in let me right now. Wow.
Don't forget about
I've got many ANC people who love me, including many seditious who love me. Hey, my brother, drop top, my man. Next year, I come into the Philippines, my man. You'll take me to all the beautiful places in the Philippines. Drop top, yeah. I will come to the Philippines. It's a beautiful place. One of the places I've always wanted to visit, and I will definitely come. Yep. All right, folks. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a wonderful, blessed day. Bye-bye.